pregnant?
Next Thursday.
Congratulations.
I'm never late. Never.
You just think you're pregnant?
Is she?
I hugged you and you haven't even peed on a stick yet?
Or isn't she?
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Grey's Anatomy Diagnosis. My name is Shannon, and on this episode I will be discussing Season 13, Episode 5. Now for those of you just tuning in, my YouTube channel is all about the ins and outs of my all-time favorite TV show, Grey's Anatomy. For those Grey's Anatomy fans out there, we noticed some big foreshadowing and secrets that are going to unveil for the rest of the season. Now first let's get the little things out of the way. Amelia. This entire episode she's ranting and raving how she might be pregnant. Owen here had to put up with a baby the entire episode. So that automatically gives the viewer this idea that she's going to be pregnant. But at the end of the episode, as we know, she's not. Now, she kind of has some mixed emotions about it. But if you remember last YouTube channel that I posted, we discussed that her previous relationship, her husband or boyfriend, actually died of a drug overdose. Something else that we noticed is that Joe and DeLuca, the two that have pretty much screwed one of my all-time favorite characters, Alex Karev, into a federal lawsuit, they're starting to get together and become the best of friends. And I'll never understand why, because he totally screwed over her boyfriend, to whom is my favorite character. So it's just a big mix-up right now, and I'm not exactly sure why these two are trying to become friends, but for whatever reason, they're trying to work it out to the best of their ability. I'm hoping that there's nothing there, because we did kind of see some flirting between DeLuca and one of the patient's granddaughters. Actually gave him some type of scarf. We're not exactly sure. But moving on to the bigger issue, we see an old lady, Granny, right? She's 80 years old, been on the liver transplant list for 3 years, finally getting herself a liver. And then we see this young 25-year-old who happened to go on a run on one of the hottest days of the year, needs a liver. And then we see this old guy who's so courageous and has been through so much in his life actually die in his surgery. And for whatever reason, his liver matches the 25-year-old, and now the 25-year-old and the granny both get a liver and they're happy. But what did they have to pay for that? The death of this courageous young man. What kind of love triangle have I been talking about for about the last 3 episodes? Meredith, Riggs, and Pierce. I gotta say, this is a huge foreshadow for the rest of the season. These 3 are gonna be going through a hot mess, and I can't help but feel like the sweet granny is Maggie Pierce. She's got a little spice in her, but all in all, she's the closest thing to Mother Mary as we could possibly find. And then the young 25-year-old who just needs a liver or she's gonna die that night is Riggs. He's kind of the fly by the seat of your pants. I'm the type that's gonna run on 100-degree weather kind of guy. And then the courageous man who's been through everything but happened to have died, our girl Meredith, because once again, she's constantly living through these horrific accidents, and this one I'm sure will be nonetheless. Let me know your theories. Let me know your ideas. Am I crazy, or am I just a Grey's Anatomy fan who may know exactly what she's talking about? So I would love to hear what you think of this episode, what you think about what's going to come for the rest of the season. Sit tight for those Grey's Anatomy fans who are just now starting. I promise that the season's going to get so much better. So once again, my name is Shannon, and this has been an episode of Grey's Anatomy Diagnosis. Stay tuned for next week when I diagnose Season 13, Episode 6. See you next time. Bye.